What's up guys, this is Massey. Welcome to another video. This video is the second video of perfect square trinomial. In the first video, we learned what does that mean when we are talking about perfect square trinomial and to factor that and how to expand it. Let's see some examples in the second video. Here on the second part, we have find the value of m that makes the expression a perfect square. For example, we have x squared plus 2x plus m. And we need to find m that this m makes the expression a perfect square. How do we do that? As we learned last time, the coefficient of 2x is 2. We divide it by 2 is going to be 1. And then we make it squared is going to be 1 squared is going to be 1. So it's going to be m equals to 1. Therefore, the x squared plus 2x plus 1 is going to be the perfect square. Why? Because when you factor that, it's going to be x plus 1 to the power of 2. Next example. If you have x squared minus 2x plus m, what is going to happen? Again, you have negative 2x. The coefficient is negative 2. We divide it by 2 is going to be negative 1. Negative 1 squared is going to be positive 1. So m will be positive 1. So we have x squared plus negative 2x plus 1, which is going to be x minus 1 squared, as we learned it last time. Because we have negative 1 and we have x. So it's going to be x minus 1 to the power of 2. Next example, x squared plus 4x plus m. What is going to be the value of m in here? We have 4x, the coefficient is 4. We divide it by 2, it will be 2. Then we're going to say 2 to the power of 2 is going to be positive 4. So we have x squared plus 4x plus 4. M is 4. When you factor that, it's going to be x plus 2 to the power of 2. Next example. X squared minus 4x plus m. What is going to be the value of m? Negative 4x. The coefficient is negative 4. Divided by 2 is going to be negative 2. Then we make it squared is going to be positive 4. So it will be x squared minus 4x plus 4. So how to factor? It is going to be x and negative 2 to the power of 2. Next example, x squared plus 6x plus m. 6x, coefficient is 6. 6 divided by 2, it will be 3. 3 squared will be positive 9. Therefore, m is positive 9. So x squared plus 6x plus 9. That's the same as x plus 3 to the power of 2. Next question. X squared minus 6x plus m. Negative 6x. Coefficient is negative 6. Negative 6 divided by 2, it will give us negative 3. Then negative 3 squared is going to be positive 9. So we have x squared plus 6x plus 9, which is going to be x negative 6x, x minus 3 to the power of 2. Next example, x plus 10x plus m. What is going to happen here? We say 10x divided by 2 is going to be 5x. So it's going to be 5. So 5 squared is going to be 25. Therefore, m will be 25. So we have x plus 10x plus 25. which is the same as x plus 5 to the power of 2. X minus 10x plus m. What about here? We have negative 10x, coefficient is negative 10. Negative 10 divided by 2 is going to be negative 5. Negative 5 squared is going to be positive 25. Then x minus 10x plus 25, which is the same as x minus 5 to the power of 2. Next example, x plus 20x plus m. What is going to happen here? 20 divided by 2 is going to be 10. Therefore, 10 to the power of 2 is going to be 100. Therefore, m is 100. X squared plus 20x plus 100, which is going to be x plus 10 to the power of 2. Next one is x squared plus x plus 5. Coefficient here is 1. 1 divided by 2 is going to be 1 over 2. 1 over 2 squared is going to be 1 over 4. Therefore, this one is supposed to be m. Therefore, m will be positive 1 over 4. Therefore, we have x squared plus x plus 1 over 4, which is going to be x plus 1 over 2 to the power of 2. Next example, x squared plus 3x plus m. Again, we are looking for perfect square. So the coefficient is 3x, the middle term is 3x, coefficient is 3, then 3 divided by 2, then 3 divided by 2 squared is going to be 9 over 4. Therefore, we have x squared plus 3x plus 9 over 4. Another example can be x squared plus 9x plus m. What is going to be the value of m in order to have perfect square? You're going to say 9x, coefficient is 9, divided by 2, you make it squared, it's going to be 81 over 4. So it's going to be x squared plus 9x plus 81 over 4. Next example, x squared plus 0.1 x plus m. So we have 0.1x, therefore the coefficient is 0.1, divided by 2 is going to be 0.05, then m will be 0.05 to the power of 2, which is going to be 5 times 10 to the power of negative 2 to the power of 2. It's going to be 25 times 10 to the power of negative 4, which will be 2.5 times 10 to the power of negative 3. So that will be x squared plus 0.1x plus 0.0025. Next example, 2x squared plus 6x plus m. What is going to be the value of m? We're going to factor 2. It's going to be 2x squared, 3x plus m over 2. Then we have 3. 3 divided by 2, therefore m over 2 will be 3 over 2 squared, which is going to be 9 over 4. So m will be 2 times 9 over 4, which will be 9 over 2. Next example, 2x squared plus 16x plus m. You factor 2x squared plus 8x plus m over 2. Then you have coefficient is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16. M over 2 is going to be 16. Therefore, m will be 2 times 16 equals to 32. So the trinomial is 2x squared plus 16x plus 32. Next example. 3x squared minus 18x plus m. You factor 3 first. X squared minus 6x plus m over 3. You have negative 6 divided by 2 is going to be negative 3. Negative 3 to the power of 2 is going to be positive 9. So m over 3 is going to be positive 9. Therefore, m will be 27. Therefore, that's going to be 3x squared minus 18x plus 27. Another example. 5x squared plus 40x plus m. This case, we factor 5 x squared plus 8x plus m over 5. So 8 divided by 2 is going to be 4. 4 squared is going to be 16. Therefore, m over 5 is going to be 16. Therefore, m will be 5 times 16 is going to be 80. So we have 5x squared plus 40x plus 80. So basically it's going to be x squared plus 8x plus 16, which means that it is x plus 4 to the power of 2 if you want to factor it. Now let's see another example. In this example it says each expression is a perfect square, find the value of b. X squared plus bx plus 49. We're going to say 49 is going to be a squared. So a is going to be either positive 7 or negative 7. Therefore, b is 2 times 7 or 2 times negative 7, which means that b is 14 or negative 14. Next example, x squared plus bx plus 36. Again, a squared is 36, therefore a can be positive 6 or negative 6. Therefore, b is going to be 2 times 6 or 2 times negative 6, which means that b is either 12 or negative 12. X squared plus bx plus 100. A squared is 100, which means that a is positive minus square root of 100, which is positive 10 or negative 10. So b is 2 times 10 or 2 times negative 10, which means that b is negative 20 or positive 20. Another example, x squared plus bx plus 25. A squared is 25, which means that a is positive or minus 5. So therefore b is 2 times 5 or 2 times negative 5, which means that b is either negative 10 or positive 10. Now let's see another example. Complete the square for the following equations. We have x squared plus 2x plus 5. How do we do that? So we get 2x, the coefficient is 2, 2 divided by 2 is 1, therefore 1 squared is 1. So we add and subtract 1 there. So it's going to be x squared plus 2x plus 1, subtract 1 plus 5. So as you see here we have 3 terms. We added 2 terms here, 1 and negative 1, because we don't want to change the expression, the value of the expression. So we wanted 1, so we add and subtract in order not to change anything. So I can keep the first 3 terms and the other 2 terms outside, which is going to be x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus 4. When you factor this one, it's going to be x plus 1 to the power of 2 plus 4. That is called completing the square. Next example, x squared minus 2x plus 5. What should we do now? It's negative 2x. Negative 2 divided by 2 is going to be negative 1. Negative 1 squared is going to be positive 1. So we have x squared minus 2x plus 1 minus 1 plus 5. So we have x squared minus 2x plus 1 minus 1 plus 5 is going to be x minus 1 squared plus 4. So that's called completing the square. Next example. X squared minus 4x plus 10. We have negative 4x. The coefficient is negative 4. We divide it by 2 is going to be negative 2. Then you make it squared is going to be positive 4. So x squared minus 4x. We add and subtract positive 4. So we have 5 terms now. We keep the first 4 terms. These 2 is going to be 6 and we write it in the outside the bracket. When you factor that, it's going to be x minus 2 to the power of 2 plus 6. I don't go through the factoring process because we had it in many videos before. You can search for trinomial factoring in this channel. I will leave some related videos of my channel in the description. Next, x squared plus 6x plus 3, let's say. So in this case, 6x, the coefficient is 6, divided by 2 is going to be 3. 3 squared is going to be positive 9. So we add and subtract positive 9. Therefore, x squared plus 6x plus 9, negative 9 and 3 is going to be negative 6. So we have x plus 3 squared minus 6. That's called completing the square. Next example, x squared plus x plus 5. The coefficient is 1. Divided by 2 is going to be 1 over 2. 1 over 2 to the power of 2 is going to be 1 over 4. So we have x squared plus x plus 1 over 4 minus 1 over 4 plus 5. So we have x squared plus x plus 1 over 4 plus 5 is going to be 20 over 4 if we keep it as the same denominator, and here we have 19. So that's going to be x plus 1 over 2 to the power of 2 plus 19 over 4. Next, x squared plus 3x minus 1. Coefficient is 3 divided by 2 is going to be 3 over 2. Therefore, 3 over 2, 9 over 4. So x squared plus 3x plus 9 over 4 minus 9 over 4 minus 1. So we have x plus 3 over 2 squared minus 9 over 4 minus 1 over 1, which is 4 over 4, 13 over 4. So that's the final answer. Another example. 2x squared plus 10x minus 6. So you factor the first 2 terms because here the coefficient is not 1. So in this case, whenever the coefficient of x squared is not 1, we factor the first 2 terms by this coefficient. So it's going to be x squared plus 5x minus 6. So you have 2x squared plus 5x minus 6, and then 5 divided by 2, then 5 divided by 2 to the power of 2 is going to be 25 over 4. So we have 2x squared plus 5x plus 25 over 4 minus 25 over 4 minus 6. So you have 2x squared plus 5x plus 25 over 4. You put it outside the bracket, negative 50 over 4 minus 6. So it's going to be 2x plus 5 over 2 to the power of 2 minus 74 over 4. That's going to be the final answer. Where did we get this one? Negative 6 is going to be negative 24 over 4. So negative 24 and negative 50 is going to be negative 70 over 4 over negative 74 over 4. Next example. 3x squared plus 18x minus 3. Or minus 13, let's say. We factor the first two terms by 3 because the coefficient of x squared is not 1. So it's going to be x squared plus 6x minus 13. Then 6 divided by 2 is going to be 3. 3 squared is going to be 9. So we have x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus 9 minus 13. Now we keep this one inside the bracket. And negative 9, when you move it outside the bracket, you need to multiply it by 3. It's going to be negative 27 minus 13. So we have x squared, x plus 3 squared minus 40. That's going to be the final answer. So you need to make sure that when you take it out, you need to multiply it by this number. Same as what we did here. Negative 25 over 4. When you take it out, you need to multiply it by these two here because you take it out of the bracket. So this is how we complete this square. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment if you have any question. Thank you for watching and have a great day.